I know your work, Dr. Hill. Your support of the 12-minute limit on the life of the brainstem after death is outdated.
6 to 12 minutes, Mr.
West. Herbert West.
Herbert West has effected reanimation in dead animal tissue.
We can defeat death.
You killed him!
No, I did not. I gave him life.
But you're insane! Now what happened?
I had to kill him!
He's dead?
Not anymore. Who's going to believe a talking head? Get a job in a sideshow.
Welcome, everybody, to Midnight Cinema, your deep dive into horror movies, sci-fi films, cult classics, new and old. Warning, everybody, there are spoilers ahead. I am Art Hennessy, and I am in San Diego, California.
And I'm Erik Rodenheiser in Salem, Massachusetts, and I love science. I love science so much that I want to just do movies about science.
Erik, I would say you and I are men of science, right?
Yes. Men of science.
Right. And we're always searching for the truth. What can we contribute to the scientific community beyond what they've already laid out, Erik?
Right. I mean, curing things, right?
Yes. And the scientific community, they can sometimes be very, very, stodgy with their scientific methods and their rules and ethics. So
rules.
Yes.
Ethics.
So Erik, you and I being men like that, you and I being people that are for science, no better people than us to discuss the movie we're screening for our Midnight Cinema patrons this week. That movie is Re-Animator. Came out in 1985, directed by Stuart Gordon, starring Jeffrey Combs, Bruce Abbott, David Gale, and Barbara Crampton.
Nice. To be honest, I didn't know any of those names except for what's his name? Herbert West.
Jeffrey Combs. That's interesting. We'll talk about it as we go on. I'm so surprised you didn't know Barbara Crampton, but we'll talk about it.
I'll look further.
Yes.
I know, but we're all going to know Barbara Crampton by the end of this movie.
Erik, Re-Animator. Re-Animator. This movie is considered a cult classic. But I looked back, you and I, like we do sometimes. I looked back, I was so confused because this isn't like some of the movies we talked about. For instance, The Thing. And The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing came out and the critics hated The Thing. And then eventually it gained relevance, it gained a reappreciation, and The Thing sits at the top of the pantheon of horror sci-fi. I was so pleased, but also interested when this movie came out, Erik. It got good reviews. It generally got a lot of good reviews. I was so surprised.
It's got a 73 critics score. And The Thing came out in when?
82, and this is 85.
85. So something happened in 3 years.
Thank you, Erik. That was where I was going.
Something happened. People probably like, you know what? We love gore. But it doesn't have to be the best movie, like The Thing. We'll even take it one step further. Art, we'll even take it one step further. We're going to like gore, and then we're going to just make you uncomfortable as much as we can.
And all those critics, Erik, the New York Times, Roger Ebert, Leonard Maltin, they're all like 4 stars, 3.5 stars, 3 stars.
Roger Ebert, who I believe was like, The Thing? That's awful. I would rather stab myself in the face with a fork. But, Re-Animator, what a
interesting. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know.
And Leonard Maltin would give it 3 stars, but he took a half star off. And I'm going to talk about why. So he actually, the actual review is 2.5, but he took a half star off.
I think I saw that hack because he's like, well, I only give things 2.5
We'll talk about
stars.
We'll talk about that. Interesting, Erik. And it screened at Cannes, the Cannes Film Festival, and it won an award.
What was the award?
Cannes. It was it was sort of like critics. a critics jury prize for films that are in competition or not. So I did not know that its reception was that great when it came out.
Wow. Art, I was going to
you-
say the award that it probably got was best use of a severed head. No, that was the award.
There's a lot of competition in that category, actually.
There is,
but
this one
we can talk about it. So, Erik, I think we should get into it because there's a lot to talk about. We can put in some interesting notes along the way. But let's start first with, it's based on an H.P. Lovecraft story, Re-Animator, called Herbert West Re-Animator. And a little behind the scenes for people who like to hear about Erik and I. Erik and I collaborated on a one-man ghost story show that ran for a bunch of years. And we had a great time doing it. And I told ghost stories. It was just me. So if you enjoy listening to my voice in this podcast, you might have enjoyed it. If you don't, then this wouldn't have been for you.
You add lights to it and sound effects.
Erik, as the producer, really did an amazing job. But I will say, Erik, I used to always be looking for ghost stories to tell. And one of them I considered was, I said, Re-Animator. It's an H.P. Lovecraft story. And I read it, and I don't think it's his best story, like the written one on the page. And I was interested to see that the director here, Stuart Gordon, he agrees. He didn't think that it was the best story. So he basically completely reimagined it as a hybrid of a Frankenstein movie. Like he kind of wanted it more in the vein of Frankenstein.
Well, I guess H.P. Lovecraft was like doing the, Herbert West Re-Animators just for the $50 or whatever he was getting. He's like, I hate this story. I'm just going to write it for the money.
Yeah, and he was just doing it for the money.
Yeah.
But it does have a great opening line if anybody wants to go read just the first paragraph
of
the story. It's really
What's
good.
Opening line?
Let me pull it up because I don't have it right here. I know, Erik, you thought I would. I didn't memorize it.
What?
This isn't.
We're all disappointed. Didn't memorize it.
Hold on one second, Erik. Yeah, here it is. So I want to read you the opening line here.
Okay.
Of Herbert West, who was my friend in medical school, I can speak only with extreme terror. This terror is not due to the sinister manner of his recent disappearance, but was engendered by the whole nature of his life's work. The first horrible incident of our acquaintance was the greatest shock I have ever experienced.
Ooh, sounds like it's going to be a corker, right?
Isn't that a great opening line, though?
Yeah, you're hooked.
So,
I'm hooked. I'm ready
to
read that.
Yes.
Right? Herbert
So
West.
are you ready for the movie version, Erik? Let's get into it.
I'm ready for the movie version, Art, of Re-Animator.
Yes. All right.
Bad things always happen, apparently, in Zurich. So just letting everybody know, it's not us. It's Zurich.
Zurich, Switzerland. And it's the what's on the side, Erik? Is it like University of Zurich? How would you pronounce it? What is it?
Yeah, I just put Zurich University because I wasn't about to pronounce that school, but it's like, I don't know. I'm making
and they have the accents.
University.
Yeah, we cut inside and there's a couple of police officers heading through the hallways with it looks like an administrator, and they head up. There's a nurse banging on a door, and the door says Dr. Hans Gruber.
Who?
Erik, I'm going to say that again. Dr. Hans Gruber.
Mr. Takaki, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Now, what did you try to trace this trivia, Erik? What's going on here?
No.
Is it just total coincidence?
I don't. If it is, when was
because they came out around the same time?
I don't know. Maybe Hans Gruber's a very popular name, but I would have loved it if he's like,
what do you say in Zurich? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
For those of you who may not know what Erik and I are talking about, Hans Gruber is the villain played gloriously by Alan Rickman in the movie Die Hard.
I can teach you how to animate the mind. Electrify the body.
So the police and these administrators are banging on the door. Herr Gruber! Herr Gruber!
I was trying to get some German out of there, and I'm not sure if they're... I think they said Schnell, and then they said a couple of things. But
and then they say Herr West. They start saying Herr West as well. And they're banging on the door, and finally the police officers kick in the door, and there's an old man, looks like in a lab coat, convulsing on the floor, and a young man with glasses is over him and has a syringe in his hand, an empty syringe, which he drops because the police are in here. And
you hear the guy crying on the floor.
Yes. And they're like, what's going on, West? They're calling him West. What's happening? And what did you do to him? Is they're saying. Yeah. And then he stands up, this old man, and he's contorting. His face looks gray and misshapen and kind of swelled, and his eyeballs start to bulge like out of his head.
Yep, it hits you right away. Tells you you're in for it, because the blood is just cascading down his face, and it's something not quite right about it. Like they just drops dead.
Yeah,
and the nurse, they're speaking in English because
now they're speaking in English.
Yeah,
yes.
in Zurich, that's what you do. And she's like, "You killed him." And the guy who is the guy with glasses that you're talking about, which I guess is Herbert West, goes, "I did not." And then he almost looks to the camera. He looks almost at you. I gave him life. That's the way he's talking for the rest of the film.
Yes.
I like this actor. I like him.
He's great. This was a score for this movie, I would say.
Well, he didn't want it. He just did it for the money. He said, he's like, nah. And this is the only thing he's pretty much known for.
Well, it's one in a long list of these, Eric. You probably heard it. Kevin Bacon in Friday the 13th. All these people who are like, I was a young actor. I needed the money. They're like, I figured I'll go shoot this horror movie. Nobody's ever going to see this.
Oh, well, he's wrong.
And then it goes on to be movies like this.
Yeah, but he was also in The Frighteners, which we're not going to cover because I was like, I couldn't handle the music.
Yeah. So, Eric, I need a rule. I need a ruling here.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your ruling?
As you know, we give a popcorn bucket award to actors that we've talked about twice on the podcast at some point. So Dr. Gruber here, the actor playing Dr. Gruber, this is an actor that we have covered before.
What?
But I need a ruling.
Okay, give it. Do it. Tell me. I'll tell you if I put up a photo or not.
Do you remember a little movie we covered, Eric, called Halloween 3, Season of the Witch?
Yeah.
Do you remember in that movie, at the beginning of the movie, there's a man running from people for the whole first section. He's running away from people that we can't see. And then he ends up going to the hospital where our hero, a doctor, has to tend to him. And he's clutching a mask. And he's saying, they're going to kill the world. They're going to do it to the whole world.
It's Daddy.
That's right.
No, I'm sorry. It's Papa. It's Papa.
It's Papa. Yes.
So you're sure that the guy who plays this completely covered in special effects makeup head.
Yes. This is the actor Al Berry is his name.
Wow.
Al Berry.
You know what?
That is that guy.
I think Papa can get the award.
Okay. I need a ruling. I didn't know how you're going to. Because, I mean, I don't think he has any intelligible lines in this scene.
He doesn't.
But
you can't even tell who it is, really.
But he's very memorable. He's memorable in this scene. And he even joked that in these two movies, he plays the guy who dies at the beginning that sets everything off.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Get a photo. Xerox
he's
me
going to get a photo. We'll put him up.
Sure. Popcorn award.
Popcorn bucket award for that.
But
guy.
I wanted to say Papa, though.
All right. And then, Eric, after Herbert West delivers that iconic line, like Frankenstein, I should say. It's like a Frankenstein line.
He does
has that
like
vibe.
He's a Frankenstein. Yeah.
We're into the credits, which I just want to talk about just briefly. I know we don't want to make this podcast.
They're cool.
I like these credits too. But the score kicks in, and immediately any real horror fan will know this score.
It's stuck in my head for the last 3 days. Doodaloo doo doo doodaloo doo doo wang 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 wang. Mama, mother, Papa. See, it all connects. All right.
It is. I'd like to call it an homage, but I think it's more of we're just ripping off the Psycho music from Bernard Herrmann's famous score from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
I would say it's as close as you can get without the wee, wee, wee. Well, it's kind of in there.
That's right. And this is where I'm like, come on, Leonard Maltin. That's why he took the half star off and knocked it below 3 stars. Was he said, I have to ding them.
What
for using
CinemaSins?
the score. I know. And yeah, literal ding, ding.
Right.
But Erik, I'm going to give it credit, though. I like this like you do because they take Bernard Ehrman's score, but what they do is when they reinterpret it here, very much the same, but it has a fun edge to it. It's not as pounding suspense, like kind of getting you jumpy like the Psycho score. It has the propulsiveness. But then it...
Hold on, Art. It has the propulsiveness as an artistic influencer on the music industry of movies and cinema. Pop has the potpourri.
Erik, if you keep making fun of me, I'm not going to.
have to.
I'm not going to sing you my Re-Animator song later that I made.
Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So, anyways, I do have a Re-Animator song if anybody wants to hang in.
Is that going to be a new thing now?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. It's just if it comes to me. But
okay.
I will say I do like the fun nature of this. It's telling you you're going to have some fun here, and you want to talk about the visuals that are going on. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's what do you? It's like science from a science book. Things you'd find in a science book, like intricacy of an eyeball and the human body, but it's doing it in what sort of neon?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And everything's coming at you, and it's really cool. It keeps your interest in like, what are they going to do? It's sort of like Frankenstein, but it's a little bit
psychedelic, sort of. Yeah. It's also an homage to another Hitchcock, like the Vertigo opening credits. It's sort of like that, another Hitchcock reference there. But I like it, and it ends the credits end with one of those diagrams, like Eric's talking about, like the brain. It's a head, and we go in close to the head, and the eye opens, and we go through the eyeball, and we're in your territory, Erik. We're in Massachusetts suddenly.
Yes,
we're not in Zurich.
We're in the city of Arkham. Just so you know, Arkham, Massachusetts.
Yes,
that's where Arkham Asylum is. Arkham, Massachusetts,
and we're at Miskatonic University. And some of you out there who watch a lot of movies like Erik and I do might go, Miskatonic, why does that sound familiar? It's because that was a fictional setting that H.P. Lovecraft used for a lot of his stories, was Miskatonic University. So you'll see it pop up in any movies that are based on his stories and things like that.
I thought it was based on a neighbor he had, Miskatonic. Oh, there she goes. Somebody check her pulse. It's Miskatonic. Here she comes. Right. That kind of worked. I think that.
Yeah. And we meet here. We're going to meet our hero, Dan Kane. He's doing compressions on a woman that is flatlining in the hospital. And there's a bunch of people gathered around the bed. And it looks like he has a supervisor. And we're going to learn he's a medical student. Yes, so I'm not sure, third year medical student, but he's doing the compressions on this woman. And what I found interesting, Erik, is she's just out. It looks like it's a little like you're watching a documentary, because this woman is kind of heavy set on the bed, and her top is just opened. We're seeing her naked here, and the top is off, and I mean, she's dead, and he is doing the compressions. They tried the paddles. It doesn't work. And he keeps trying it. He keeps going. Yeah,
and he can't. You can see he's just such a good person. Kane is trying to raise this person from the dead. Kane.
Yes.
Kane, huh?
There you go.
The head a little bit.
It does. And remember this scene for later, of course.
Oh, sure.
And the teaching doctor here, she says, your optimism is touching, but a good doctor knows when to stop.
That's true. Yep. And he was trying very hard, because this guy's sweaty. Like, he's taking the body to the morgue now, and he's sweaty. And he meets the security guard, whose name I didn't get
it. The security guard has jokes. He's got a lot of jokes. He's coming back in the movie, everybody. The door's locked to the morgue, so I guess he's got to let you in. And he says, don't know why they keep locked doors. Nobody wants in, and nobody's getting out.
I mean, it has nothing to do with privacy.
what I love about Dan here is he doesn't really laugh at it. I wonder if he's heard it before.
No, he's not laughing, Art, because he couldn't bring this poor woman back to life.
Yeah, he's very upset about that.
Yeah.
So Dan goes into the morgue, and there's 2 rooms in the morgue here, it seems like. There's a room with like a autopsy table and lights and everything like that over it. And there's somebody there working, a really tall man, very tall, working on somebody. And Dan goes past them to the other room. He has to open up it's like, this is where they put the cadavers in this room. He wheels it in.
And you know, Art, that I'm an eye spy when it comes to this kind of thing. And I'm honed in on the dead guy on the table.
Yeah.
And I was like, the head was a little fake for me. Yep. And I forgot who the actor was that it looked like it was a dead actor from the 70s.
Oh.
But it's not Michael Landon. It's Michael Landon with a beard, that guy. And I was like, wait, is that the guy from Little House on the Prairie on the autopsy table? And why does he look so fake?
Oh.
It wasn't.
So you were a little...
I'm like, come on, guys. I see it.
You're like, you had that great opening with the blood in the face.
Yeah.
And is this where they reveal, Erik, he's using like, it looks like a laser or something, and he's drilling into the person's head.
Yeah.
We just see a little glimpse of it.
Yeah. It's something that you would get at Hammerkuschlemmer in Zurich. It's a little laser. It's a little head laser that you can use. You can also light fires with it, or toast a marshmallow, or you could light your own little cigarette if you're going to smoke after the surgery. It's a little tool, yeah. Burning a guy's head. But he does go in a room full of stiffs before then, and there's this hospital. This is a dangerous town they're living in.
Yes.
Holy shit. There's a bunch of dead corpses in there, and some of the pieces.
A dozen dead people in there.
Yeah,
it's like
you can clearly see that there's a leg missing because it's just hanging there. And then somebody looks like their flesh is all burned, and even Dan's like, ugh. Oh,
well, and did you notice he's? I guess they wanted this reality, Erik. They visited a morgue to see what this was all like, and this is like a recreation, this set of the actual morgue in Chicago, is it? I think.
Chicago,
at one of the Chicago City hospitals. So they recreated it. But what they said was, when you go into them, which you don't realize if you're not, if you're just a civilian, is they said, it stinks, yo. They're like, it is really bad inside a morgue. Where they have the bodies. They're like,
expecting?
I know.
They're going to have like breeze in there.
Yeah. So you can see the actor Dan here going like kind of holding his breath as he's putting the bodies in here.
And sweating.
And
sweating.
And sweating. Yeah.
But your guy you're talking about with his little laser thing, he burns a hole in Michael Landon's head. Not Michael Landon. And he sticks a Q-tip inside it. So you're already getting grossed out because he sticks a Q-tip all the way in this hole. And it's like, you hear it go.
And you're sort of like, what is he doing?
Art, he's doing science.
He is doing science, which we're going to learn. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's happening here.
Because a guy comes in, Dean Halsey comes into the room. This is the dean of the medical school.
And here's Art. What I want to point out about this actor is I think this actor is amazing. He's very, very real. He is like a real actor. He doesn't like this guy's. I believe he's the dean of this university, and he's not over the top or nothing. I just thought he was Dean Halsey. He looks like the dean from Animal House, but nice.
Yes, Dean Wormer in Animal House.
Expelled.
Right. No, it's like you need a dean crack glass, and this guy's behind the glass.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. That's it. In case of emergency. Case of Dean. Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
There he is. Crack glass. Here he is. All packaged up for you. He's come in to talk to the doctor who's doing this laser thing. Our really tall doctor, we're going to learn here, is Dr. Hill. I want him every time I see it to be Christopher Lee.
So do. And probably fun fact that Christopher Lee was like, I'm not doing this movie. And they said, well, we're going to break glass then and get a lookalike.
Christopher Lee lookalike.
Closest we can get.
Anybody who hasn't seen the movie and knows Christopher Lee while you're listening to us, just picture Christopher Lee in this part. And good for this guy, because I'm just going to say he does a good job too. This actor here, David Gale. Yeah,
Starts is a good job.
Yeah, but I feel like he's doing Christopher Lee. I feel like the director was like, Christopher Lee. Yeah. Can you do it like Christopher Lee would?
Can you talk with your lower jaw? Yes, I can. I'll do that.
Right. So that's Dr. Hill. And behind them, suddenly we see turn around. Dean Halsey has brought in a new student.
Who is it? It's a guy from the beginning.
The guy from Zurich.
Yeah, with the classes.
Yes, it's Herbert West. Yeah, yes. Herbert West. He's going to be a student now at Miskatonic Medical School.
Miskatonic. Yep.
But right away, there seems to be an issue we see underneath here, because when Dean Halsey says, you'll be interested, Dr. Hill, because Herbert West studied under Dr. Hans Gruber.
Oh, a reaction there.
Yes, you see the reaction.
And I love that Herbert West is like, yes, your theory on the location of the will of the brain is interesting. That you can tell they don't like each other.
Immediately, yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then he says that your theories about the brain after death are very derivative of Dr. Gruber's. In fact, in Europe, they call it plagiarism.
Yeah.
You've plagiarized it. Yes.
Yeah, apparently the brain can only survive. The brain can only survive, Art, because we're men of science, 6 to 12 minutes. 6 to 12 minutes after death, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just,
And Dr. Hill says to Herbert West, I look forward to seeing you in class as we go forward. So
wait, my wife says she's not going to know anything about this movie, but I just want to prove to you that she loves nuts, but doesn't like a lot of these horror movies. So I'm going to ask you if you saw a horror movie and you say yes or no.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Re-Animator.
No.
Bride of Re-Animator.
No.
Beyond Re-Animator?
Yeah, I saw that one. No.
That would be funny.
The Frighteners. The Frighteners.
Oh, wait a minute. The Frighteners.
You might have seen that.
Yeah, I think we watched that together.
Wow. 6 degrees of horror separation? Well, thanks. You tried. She's never going to watch. She saw the Re-Animator. She'd be like, Erik.
Beyond Re-Animator, Erik.
But she didn't see the thing. She did watch the thing.
Ooh.
Yep.
My wife heard us on the podcast talking about it and then had a lot of questions for me because she was very interested, but she would never actually watch
too bad,
it.
Amanda. Too bad. You better watch it or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. So, they don't like each other.
They don't like each other. And then suddenly we see Dean. We're out in the hallway of the school. He's not Dean. I'm sorry. Dan Kane. Dan Kane is putting up a note. He needs a roommate out in the hallway. Yep. But then he gets surprised by his girlfriend.
His girlfriend, this little kissy face.
Yes.
She's always like, she has mixed signals throughout this entire movie because she's always like, oh, and they're kissing. And she's like, no. Cut to. Cut to sexy.
Yeah, they cut Erik. Yes. It's a fun. See, I think it's a fun cut that they do there. It tells you the movie is smart and clever and fun that they're doing things like that. But yeah, they're going at it there in the bed.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's good for you, Megan.
This is the actress Barbara Crampton.
And from. Why should I know Barbara Crampton?
Well, you might know. I don't know if you know, because I don't know how you feel about this movie, Erik.
Do it.
How do you feel about Chopping Mall? How do you feel about that movie?
Oh, well, let's just start with the name.
Okay.
It's not good.
Erik, one of the best posters, though. It's great posters.
Yes.
For that movie.
Killer robots.
And then Erik getting into Lovecraft territory again, From Beyond.
Well, that's because of this. That's why.
Yeah. But From Beyond.
Is she in From Beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has a cameo in Puppet Master.
Okay.
Yeah. But then it's basically she's in the mode of these types of movies, for a long, long time.
Yeah.
But the reason I said, that you might know her is just from a couple of those. But also she was in, right in your neck of the woods there, Eric, she is in Lords of Salem. So.
Oh, boy. Wow. Didn't even watch that one. Just saw the end. Just saw the end credits. All right. Okay. Well, thanks for that. But she's got nudity. And
doesn't seem, she doesn't
bother me.
Reading interviews, she doesn't seem to have issues with it, but she did. Her and the director did in an interview I saw they talked about. She did very specifically her contract. They laid out how much nudity was going to be on screen in the final cut. Very detailed, like extreme detail. She went into about exact. So she's nude, but it's like 6 seconds. Like it was like diagrammed all out how much nudity she was going to allow. And I like this little behind the scenes trivia. The director and her were like, then she showed up on set and they're filming and she's like, whoa, we're going to, and he's like, we can't just film like 6 seconds.
We can cut it to 6 seconds.
That's what, so he was trying to say like, so they worked it out.
I love that she's like, whoa, hold on, everybody.
Exactly.
I've been counting in my head.
Yeah. And she banned, exactly. And she made sure no other cameras except the camera that was filming. So there's no.
And today you can't find these stills at all. But
right.
Also, we were introduced to also Rufus the cat.
Yeah. Jumps right on Dan after.
Yeah, it's Dan's cat.
It's almost like it looks like somebody threw it from off stage, believe it or not, onto him.
That's what happened. If you can get a cat to do what you want, that's amazing. And we have to go over a little bit of underwear here because
that's right. Underwear corner,
Just for underwear enthusiasts like myself, it's your standard 80s underwear. It's just pink. It's pink underwear. And that's in the 80s, they decided we're going to use hardly any fabric in the front generally. And then they went on, 2000s as it got more. They suddenly said, you know what? How about some padding? That might. But this was the 80s. So it's just like it had one job and that was it. So standard. I just wanted to point that out.
What about him? Do we see?
No, we get ripped off. We don't see his bum. We know he's naked. But you know what? Here's the reveal for you, Art, this is the dean's daughter.
Yes.
Oh, and it's a secret lover. That's what we are. We're kissing in the hall and we don't care. Oh, I got a song.
You do have a song. That's a good one.
Yeah. Trying hard to hide from Dad, but we can't let go.
Yeah. And this is where you mentioned earlier, Eric, getting a bead on what her deal is as far as how she I'm like, what sort of a household was she raised in? Because she has all these weird ideas about, not weird, but she's going like, okay, my dad, he'll kill me if he finds out I'm dating you. So we have to keep this secret. But the minute you get your MD, I'll marry you. Yep. And then she's like, that'll give me a chance to housebreak you.
Right. She's very.
There's a lot of
organized,
Eric.
With her.
There's a lot of psychology going on in this moment.
Yeah.
You're like.
And he's like, oh, he's doing this zombie thing, and he gets up and he's covered. He's like, oh, like I'm coming to get you, Barbara, that kind of thing. And she says a lot. No. Too much, in fact, throughout the movie. She's like, no, stop. But she's saying yes, that she wants him to keep coming at.
Yeah. And this playfulness here is something to note if you're watching the film, because I just think it's setting up. I don't.
What are you?
I know you're so mad at me.
Oh my God!
You get so mad. I love it.
It's setting up her nudity. That's what this scene's setting up.
But she goes to the door.
Jeans. Look, everyone. That's what that is.
So she wants to leave it. She goes to the door. She opens up the door, and Herbert West jump scare.
Right.
Herbert West is on the porch.
Yeah, and he's an average looking smaller guy. If you put a little mustache on him, I swear he would look like Hitler, like in his youth.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like a sociopath. He talks just kind of like this the whole time. And guess what? He wants to rent that room.
Mm-hmm.
dry. I would describe him as dry. He's very dry.
Very dry. And it's a very interesting thing. It threw me off the first watch through for the podcast here that I did, Eric. I was like, what is going on? This is a little technical thing for people if you notice. His voice sounds incredibly high in the scene.
You found
compared
every bit of trivia you could.
But it did sound right. Don't you notice it, Eric? You can't not notice it once you know. Once you know. But no, even before I was like, why does his voice sound different from the last two scenes? And apparently when they mixed the audio afterwards, they did like a high, they must have just done high treble on it. And so his voice sounds.
Does this building have a basement?
Yeah, it's really it's odd. We're sorry if we ruined it for people because now you can't not notice it.
I'm going to ruin another thing for you later on because I can't unsee it. So I'm going to make sure that you and everyone else can never unsee it. So he asks if the building has a basement, and lo and behold, it does.
Yeah,
right there. I thought, is the basement? It's right there in this guy's. He has a door that leads to the basement. And it's a pretty creepy basement. He's like, yes, this will be perfect.
Yes.
You know?
It even has a big, long tool bench on it.
Yeah, it's got everything in the basement that you would need. Yeah. Like it's in a house, like some carpenter's house. And he pays them right away. Megan? He doesn't want to do. She's like, hey, you might want to think about this. But he flashes a wad of cash. He's like, oh, you won't hear from me. Except for the first of every month.
Yeah, and Dan just sort of takes. Dan does not really care. I guess
he needs the money.
He needs the money. So we get that established here.
Not sleeping on the couch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we go to
class.
He's moving in. There's a class, and Dr. Hill is conducting class, and I believe it's that guy. I believe it's Michael Landon.
The guy who was on the table that we saw in the morgue?
It's the same bad eyebrows and the same bad hair.
Mm-hmm. And Dr. Hill is showing them how to extract a brain from a cadaver. And so you cut underneath the scalp, Eric, and you just peel it back like it's a large orange. This guy
is loving it.
He could go to open mic, right? He could go to like open mic with this stuff.
Funny. They laugh. It's like, that's when you think about it, it's gross.
But we see Herbert West is there. He's not laughing.
No,
he's just
got a pencil in his hand like this. He's holding
a
pencil.
He has a pencil. He's holding it up. And you're like, what is he doing? Why is he holding it up?
Here we go.
You look, oh my God. Yeah, he's staring at the doctor, and Dr. Hill sees him too. And Dr. Hill starts to get into brain damage and brain death and says his thing about the brain can only survive 6 to 12 minutes.
Wow.
And
12 minutes.
And West snaps the pencil.
Oh, I threw it. I said, I have to go get my pencil. I just threw it across the room. Oh, yeah. I'm getting my pencil. I got to use it again, just in case.
Yeah, because, it's a broken pencil, but West pulls out another pencil.
And holds it the same way.
Holds it the same way. And the doctor continues about where the will is located in the brain, and snap, the pencil goes again.
Yeah, so that's enough of class. He's pissed.
And Mr. West, he says, I suggest you get yourself a pen.
See, he is funny. He is doing stand-up.
And also tells him before he leaves Hill, he says, it's going to be a pleasure to fail you.
Yeah, so class is dismissed. Arguments.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And all I have in my notes is arguments nighttime. Because if you want creepy, then that gets a little creepy in this dinner scene.
We're at Dean Halsey's house, and it's just a lovely little dinner with Dean Halsey, Dr. Hill, our creepy Christopher Lee guy, and Megan.
Yeah, Meg. And he's only there because of this new laser drill and the money it's going to make.
Because I think Dean Halsey referred to Dr. Hill earlier as our grant machine. That's what he said. He brings in tons of grants and things. Yeah. And this new laser that he's developed. But then we realize that he's just creeping on Megan. He can't take his eyes off. Yeah.
And he finds out that she's dating. I mean, that she's got it's like, I have a study date with Dan. And Hill's like,
and then the doorbell rings and it is Dan. She goes, "Oh, that must be Dan." And she goes and Hill immediately says to the dean, "What do you think? You like your daughter dating Dan Kane?"
Yeah, you know who's staying at his house right now? I hear that Herbert West is at his house, you know.
But I love that then Dan comes in and they got to shut up really quick.
Yep. And he's like, why can't you study here? Like, study upstairs.
Not even his house. He's not her dad. Like, it's...
But then he does art. He does this creepy toast. He's like, here's to Megan. And he's like, she's beautiful and talented and has a very thin bra. No, he says
to my esteemed colleague's daughter, the obsession of all who fall under her spell.
Ugh.
So what I kind of like about this movie, Erik, is for the most part, Dean Halsey, Dan, Megan, the security guard, the other doctors, everybody is in 1985 and playing it straight. Whereas Herbert West and Dr. Hill are from a Hammer horror film.
Yeah.
The way they talk is just this elevated, a little bit not natural speech. And
that's what I mean about the dean is just, he's not an Animal House dean, which would fit, but he's just like regular. Yeah. So it's study time at Dan's place, and here we go again. She's like, "No, Dan."
Dan is insatiable.
No, Dan. Like, hits him with a newspaper. Dan, no.
It's study time, Erik. She's got a big book open in front of her. It looks like a book from your World of Wizardry, like in front of her. That's what it looks like.
And we don't even know what she's studying, right? Is she studying?
No. So she's a student, I guess, at the regular college. She's at the regular Miskatonic.
She's studying how to say no.
Yes.
She is going to rule that guy.
Yeah.
When they get married, she's going to be like, "Dan, I'm going to need you home at 8:30. He's like, "All right, dear." That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but she's just not happy with Herbert West staying there.
It's not about no to Dan's advances, because we all know that they like each other that way. But she doesn't like Herbert West. She's like, "I don't like him. And where is he? He's always in his room. And where's the cat? The cat hates him, is afraid of him. I haven't seen Rufus. I love one of the lines she says is, "Rufus is usually in here interrupting us or knocking something over." Like, that's the cat's MO. Whoops.
I get the feeling she seems more concerned about Rufus than Dan does not seem that confused about his own cat. And he likes Rufus, but he's like,
timing. Look.
Oh my gosh.
Rufus just showed up.
Oh, it's Rufus.
Say hi. Say hi to Kiki.
Hi. Oh, Eric's cat.
Cameo.
Eric's cat makes some cameos here on this podcast, and it's always good to see. It does look a little like Rufus.
But poor Rufus, they got to look for him. They got to look for Rufus.
Yeah, there's a lot of looking for Rufus here. This scene goes on for
She's adamant about finding this disruptive cat.
And she goes into West's room. He's not there.
No.
And opens the fridge.
Well, like every good college student, you have that little fridge. It's that tiny fridge.
The fridge, yeah.
Got to have it. But he's not. He doesn't have like bologna in there.
Bologna and some natural light, like beer.
He doesn't have leftover pizza. He's got something else in there.
Yes, it's Rufus.
It's Rufus. Rufus dead.
Yeah, in the fridge.
I like the prop. It's a good dead cat prop. It's got one fang like sticking out.
Yeah. On the second shelf, though, in there, you catch it. It's a jar or so with
mayonnaise.
Maybe mayonnaise after. You're like, maybe this is a mayonnaise, Erik, after it's been in there for 8 months.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it is glowing green, like bright green in this jar that's sitting underneath Rufus.
Almost exactly, Art, like what you find in a glow stick.
Exactly.
Almost
what
exactly
you find in a glow stick.
But I love it. It's so otherworldly. You just know that this whatever's in this jar is trouble.
But West has come home. He's in the doorway. What are you doing in here? Dan, I thought I was supposed to be renting a private room.
Meg's very upset about the cat. She's like, you killed it. He's like, I did not.
Yeah.
And then he almost, I think, is he making this up on the spot? Because
I was wondering, I have in my notes that I wanted to ask you about this. Yeah. Because what West says is, Dan, I found Rufus dead.
Yes.
Rufus had got into some stuff in the kitchen and
got
his head in the garbage and got his head stuck in a jar. And I found him dead. And he says, I couldn't leave a note. What's that? Sorry, Dan, your cat's dead. Like he's like, what could I do?
I don't say, Dan. Cat's dead. Details later.
Yes. But so he's saying, no, I found it. I felt bad. And I just, I put it.
Oh, he didn't put it in the bad.
So you think do you think he's making that up? Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
I have had several cats, a couple dogs, gerbils, snakes, killer parrots. None of them, especially a cat, would stick its head in a jar. A cat has whiskers and the whiskers tell it not to go any further. Unless there was a tasty treat in there. Maybe it was a big old mayonnaise jar.
Yeah. I know I saw a skunk once in a parking lot that had clearly been in a dumpster, and it had a jar of mayonnaise stuck on its head.
Well, there
and
you
it
go.
was going around the park. No, because it was so freaked out, you could actually see the spray coming out. It was spraying everywhere. It was insane.
She's cracking up.
Yeah, it was like... And it's trying to get this thing off its head, and you could see the spray coming out. Because this was
Thanks for sharing.
So I saw that once.
Thanks for sharing your skunk farts. Thanks a lot, Art.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about Re-Animator.
Yeah. So she thinks that he killed the cat. But West is a very clever guy, so he's kind of blackmailing them because he's like, oh, okay, all right, you're gonna tell on me. I don't know if the dean of the school would like knowing about his daughter. So he's trying to outright blackmailing them.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. But after that, it's nighttime, right?
It's not nighttime and cat scream jump scare. And Erik, what are they doing for the sound of this cat scream? Dan's in bed and he just wakes up. I have to say, kudos to the actor. That is the way you would wake up if you heard this noise in your house.
Yes. And I've heard lots of cat noises, and I've heard cats, having sex outside. I've heard cats yelling at each other outside. The only close call to this cat sound was one of my cats had a collar. And for some reason, it was a collar to calm them down. But they got it caught on something, and it pulled tight like a noose.
Oh no!
And the cat first went and then stopped making noise, and I saved the cat.
Oh my gosh! So Erik,
yeah, not my best decision, but it was. I really like that.
Now that cat, you were trying to calm it down. Now it's in therapy for the rest of its life.
The cat's like, but
I wake up at night. I feel the collar on my neck.
Yeah, it's it's a horrible sound that this. Well, we think it's a cat. We don't know what it is because the cat's dead. Remember?
Yeah, this is cat scratch fever. Yeah. So Dan's looking around the park. West's not in his room. It's like West. He's going down. He goes down to the basement.
Well, he's got a bat and he's looking around, and the basement door is locked.
Yeah.
So he breaks it open and falls down the stairs. I thought, oh, is he gonna die?
Yeah.
But we downstairs, that creepy ass basement.
And West comes out of the corner running towards Dan, running out of the darkness, right? Going, Dan, and he turns around and the cat is on his back and it's biting into West's neck.
Yes.
This feral cat.
He's doing a great job of using this still puppet on his back. It's like a gremlin, Santa gremlin, when gremlins are attacking Santa. But he's milking. He's like, rah! And the cat's going, rah!
Yeah, the noise on the soundtrack. It's hard to do it justice. It's just a horrible noise that this cat is making. It's not earthly. It's it's clearly not of this earth. This cat or whatever.
Yeah. And so they finally, he throws it off him and his back's all ripped up and they go and look for it. And this is the best trying to find whatever this is scene. They were just searching
you have to
for it. You can hear
as
it.
an actor because they're not showing it. So Erik, you and I have acted and we know they're like, okay, you guys got to pretend you're looking and seeing the cat behind things as we film you. But I do like what they're doing, Erik. I like when filmmakers are like, okay, this is what we do. We find an interesting way to do this. So the camera's moving around and they swing a light. So the light is swinging back and forth. And so the lighting is changing and you have shadows while they're looking around. So it does make it more interesting than what they're doing. So I like that stuff.
You're wondering.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it for the first time where I was completely grossed out by not yet, but by the dead cat. And then when the cat was attacking them, I was filled with suspense, wondering like, where's this thing? What is it? What is it? The cat? Because it was dead. So,
and then
we do.
Dan goes over too close to a corner, and all I could think of was the movie Trilogy of Terror right in this shot, Erik. That's all I could think of. For those of you who haven't seen, listen to our podcast on Trilogy of Terror if you want to know what we're talking about. But do you want to explain what happens here?
It's just out of the darkness, an object comes flying towards Dan in the shape of a cat. It's like, Wah! And
it's sort of shaking its head back and forth like,
and then knocks him down and starts attacking. It's a great way to not use an animatronic. You just
right. And then Dan throws the cat against the wall, throws Rufus against the wall.
Oh, yeah, hard because when that cat hits the wall, it sticks for a second, and then it falls, and there's a piece of the cat still on the wall that I believe falls off afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
and then Herbert West is in the corner, and Dan turns around to look at him, and West, Erik, he's a prankster. He goes, "Look out!" and he points behind Dan, and Dan's like, and then West laughs maniacally, like it's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, no sociopath there. Yep, but they're looking at the cat now. They've taken this cat and put it on the table, and this cat is. Oh, it's a mess. It almost looks like it's twisted in half. It's got guts.
I know. I don't mean to be referencing other things. It reminds me of the beaver in Zombeavers, that masterpiece that we covered.
Well, that's what
and the beaver is kind of hacked. Like the middle of it is kind of hacked almost all the way through with the bat or something. So So this is where West reveals that he's been experimenting on reanimating things, and he's been working on smaller animals. Yeah. But he tells Dan that as he's getting to bigger animals, he can't quite get the dosages right as he scales up.
He brought a bunch of animals back to life, but they come back very violent.
Yes,
violent, and apparently it's a chemical process or something with. You recharge a chemical process and you have reanimation. And men of science, we know art. We're people of science. We know exactly what he's talking about.
The scene's very sound, actually. I think he's got some good ideas.
Yeah, but I like the name. He calls it his reagent. Reagent.
He says, you got to help me, Dan. You're the perfect person to help me.
No, I can't.
Yes.
You will help me.
Well, Dan's like, I don't believe any of this, too.
Oh.
Dan's like, I don't believe it.
You don't believe me?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, you know what? The cat wasn't dead.
Oh.
It wasn't dead.
All right, then. Fine. Do you believe the cat is dead now?
I know. He slams it down on the table. And I love how Dan just like, yeah, like, I guess. Yeah.
And he's very matter of fact. But he's got that glow stick in a tube.
Mm-hmm. Green liquid.
The reagent in the cat. You got to put it in the brain, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes back to life, but it's just lying there like.
Well, Erik, what did you expect it to do? Tango? It has a broken back.
Has a broken back. Yes. Birth is always painful. And what perfect timing for your girlfriend to come in.
Yes. Suddenly Megan is behind them.
Yep.
Because did Megan come over in the middle of the night? Like what was she?
Yes, Art, because she's in charge. And she came over for a little nighttime, she just wanted to study. Wink in my eye. I'm winking my eye. She wanted to study. So, but she doesn't, I don't think she knows what's going on. So
no, they must cover it up. They don't, they kind of cut right out of this. And we cut to Dan is in the dean's office and he's explaining to the dean about what West has done. It's an interesting choice because he's like, I guess if I was as a young, we're men of science, Erik.
Yeah.
If Erik, if you showed me that you reanimated a dead animal.
Yeah, you saw it.
I would want to tell people. I'd be like,
yeah.
I'd go and tell the dean. And he's telling the dean, and it's that thing where the dean's like, clearly you're insane. And it's pretty serious there.
Ooh, he's so many mistakes. What do you call that? What do you call that trope? Oh, it's been a while since we said that. The trope where everything's a misstep, where you just keep going, whoops, whoops, whoops. And this is a whoops because like, you know what? No more student loan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he needs the money, Art.
Yeah. He can't continue medical school.
No.
So because what he says is we're going to investigate. And if you guys used any equipment from the university, we're going to send you to jail.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
nevertheless, no matter what the investigation reveals, he says, we're taking away your student loan.
Yep.
Like that.
It's like,
so that's gone.
Go to school? I can't continue at school.
Yeah.
But I think here's the thing, though, is that that son of a bitch at the dinner party, Hill, Christopher Lee was just pouring poison in his cup. He's like, hey, your daughter's probably boinking this guy. And
I think it's about that too. I do. And he tells us West is expelled.
Yep. So that's it. I guess that's the end of the movie. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Originally, this whole thing, this movie was conceived of as a TV series with half-hour episodes.
Well,
and I wonder if this is where it would end. This is where the episode would end. What's going to happen next week?
Dr. West's Re-Animator is the series. It's a TV series. They did it.
They did it eventually. Yeah.
But Dan is now he's wheeling a corpse again. You can tell by the teeth sticking out. Back to our security guard, right?
Who's got another joke? He goes, "Hey, Dan, what, you got my lunch under there?" And he goes to pull it off, but Dan puts the sheet back down. We don't see the corpse that's under there.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh no, it's like spaghetti and meatballs in there, or something."
Yeah, he said a meatball who got run over or something like that.
He looks like a meatball in there.
You don't want that, yeah. But it's when they go into the morgue, inside the morgue, it's West under the sheet,
barefoot.
It was good. And then he takes an abnormally long time putting his shoes on.
I disagree. I think he has the world record for
really
on shoes and socks
with laces
in under a minute. Well under a minute.
You're okay. Good.
That's pretty fast.
Okay. You're giving him a lot of credit.
Look it up in the Guinness Book of World Records because he whips on those socks and shoes. And I was so...
And ties them and everything, yeah.
I was so honed in on that when he started heading towards the door, he went down and he did something to his socks, like pulled them up.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, wow, good for you. But I also thought, well, they're cutting the scene when you come in the door. So who cares where your socks are at this point? I don't know.
Now, they're there. What we're seeing is they're there to... West wants to reanimate a corpse. So they go into that morgue where we saw all those bodies that Erik talked about earlier. There's a bunch of bodies in there.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll just point out right here, Erik, what's the timeline? This is that day? I guess this is right away after
gotta be right
Dean
away
said this. Yeah.
He's like, the dean was done. He's done.
Yeah.
So I love they're looking for a corpse, and we go over things just so you know, in case you want to know what the corpses are. They have to tell us each one, which I thought was funny. So he starts with one. He's like, burn victim. Then he does another one. He's like, here is your meatball. Like, ooh, what's under there? And he goes, shotgun wound to the head. Mm-hmm. And then another one, which confuses me. He goes, oh, rotten. I'm like, what do you mean it's rotten?
I guess maybe it was a body that maybe the police found or somebody found after it had been in the apartment for a week or 2 weeks or something like that.
Then there's the mystery one, which he just goes malpractice.
That's what
what's under there? But they find one that just dropped dead.
Yeah, almost perfect. And Dan says, "Why almost?" And he said, "It could be a heart condition that did it. So if his heart's bad,
because he's trying to bring them back to life."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they start the little recording, like record this. And I don't care what they said, to be honest.
And what Wes says is he's looking for a specific conscious reaction. That's what he wants to see from one of these corpses. Mm-hmm. And this one that they picked, we should say too, died. I don't know if you mentioned it, Eric, but it died earlier that night. It died hours ago.
Yeah.
And so this is good. And they takes out his green juice, the reagent, West, and the score. Eric, you said you've been noticing the scores more? Did you notice it? It came in with a sort of a John Williams or maybe Jerry Goldsmith type. We're in like Steven Spielberg, kids riding their bicycles and exploring things. It came in. It's a different tone, totally.
No, I'm just
like you would. It would fit if we saw middle schoolers in a treehouse doing this. That's what it.
No, I didn't.
The score noticed it.
Nope.
Yeah.
All I did get was that the guy under the blanket is in good shape. If he had a heart attack, it's from weightlifting. He was like, I've been lifting weights all day.
Yeah.
Oh my!
You see his arm coming out onto the sheet, and it's like just jacked. He's jacked. And Dan, you noticed that. I also noticed Dan is really not good at taking these notes.
No, he sucks. Yep, he's not getting the time or anything.
Yeah, and West is kind of getting irritated with him. He keeps going,
hello,
15 cc's.
Yeah, like that was 15 cc's. I mean, but nothing happens in that, so they're going to inject more. But meanwhile, guess who's coming down the pike?
Yeah, upstairs. Yeah. We cut upstairs to the hospital reception, and Dean Halsey has come in with Megan following him, and he's looking to make sure that Dan is not in the hospital because he shouldn't be there.
Right.
And the receptionist is like, we saw him. I think he went down to the morgue. And he's like, he's not supposed to do that. Doctor, whoever was told. And she's like, Doctor, he's not here.
He's not. So, I know a big backstory. I wonder where he is.
No, they're explaining a lot here.
But Megan, you can see where Megan gets her. She's got a hierarchy there because he's like, you'll do as I say because you're my daughter. She's like, Daddy.
And this seemed to me, Eric, almost like a high schooler. He tells the doctor who's on staff there, keep her here.
Well, it's that kind of rich.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
Yeah, out of like a John Hughes movie or something. The parents out of.
Daddy after age, I don't know, 10. Seems a little, I don't know. But they're going to be looking for Kane, and they did that second injection, and we see a little hand twitch, and then all of a sudden we got Arnold Schwarzenegger jump scare. He's naked. He's naked.
This guy is completely naked, and I don't know if this is where it is, but I heard behind the scenes they had to very strategically edit this because they said this guy was also very well endowed.
Isn't that funny art that they will show in the 80s? They'll show every part of the female anatomy.
Yes.
But barely a butt. Well, this movie get a lot of butt, but they're not going to show the penis.
No.
And this guy was said they had to. Come on, it's a good size.
They were trying to, they're like, we just had to edit around it because it's so, it was distracting, they said. But he's going nuts, Eric. And it looks like his face is ashen and there are veins running through it.
Kind of like the first guy.
Running through his arm.
The first guy with the eyeballs. Something.
Yes.
And if you look at the haircut and you look at the guy's physicality, you're like, wait a minute. And just sharing with you that this guy is like the stand-in and photo double or something like that for Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is this true? Yeah. This is the guy? Oh my gosh.
So that's why I was like, wait a minute. I expected him to just be like, come on.
He does totally have a physique like Arnold. Yeah.
His face
Yeah.
Well, his face has got the veins and stuff, but very similar.
So he's just going.
Oh, he's tossing them around.
Yeah.
And he's freaking out too. So something's wrong. Like the guy's like, and then the dean is at the door, and it's one of those. Metal, the metal doors, like a meat freezer type of door. And he's there. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And Arnold,
this
beeline for the door,
and Arnold Zombie or whatever we're calling him hits the door, the big steel door, and it collapses forward and falls right on the dean. So the zombie and the door on top of the dean. But when it falls, Eric, there was something in the Foley work, the sound that was like crunch, almost like the dean's bones got crunched.
Ribs. Yeah. I'm thinking ribs. And this is where first watch for me. I remember when from here to the end of this scene, I was like, what? Like, oh, the whole time, because you did not expect that. And he pulls the door off. So he's strong. He grabs the dean, that guy, and the dean does not know what's going on. And he's got a bloody face. He's like, oh. And he's trying to stop this hulking naked mass. So he puts his hand up towards the guy's face, and the guy bites two of his fingers off. You're just going, what is happening?
And Eric, I want to reiterate something you said earlier in the podcast. 3 years earlier, critics are watching The Thing going, what? And now they're like,
that's cool. Naked Arnold Schwarzenegger just bit two fingers off of this guy.
But Eric, you're right. Lot going on in this movie that you don't see coming. You're like, oh my gosh. The dean is not just the smarmy character that's the Dean Wormer off to the side. The dean is now getting just thrown around like a rag doll.
Yep. He tosses him up against the wall. It's like an action movie where they throw somebody into the pots and pans. And this guy's he's like pushing 60s, and he's not in good shape. So he just won't leave. He won't leave the dean alone. He doesn't care about the other two guys. Arnold's like,
they're like West and Dan are trying. They're pulling at this hulking creature, and it slams the dean up against the wall and like raising him up against the wall. He's like slamming him.
Yeah.
And
Dan doesn't know what to do either. He's like, stop! Like you're talking to your drunk friend at, down at Key West. Stop! And they won't.
And you hear behind him, Dan, out of the way. And we turn around, and it's West. And he's just standing there, and he holds up the bone saw.
Yes. And the bone saw is that little vibrating thing spins around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he just holds on to the hulking Arnold Schwarzenegger. And interesting choice of where the bone saw goes, but he brought it through his back.
Yeah.
And it popped out the front.
And Eric, I watched, I know how they're doing it, but I watched it several times, it seemed like you probably did. I think they're doing a good job here with where they're positioning the actors and positioning them to do this effect where the bone saw comes out of the chest, like midsection of this guy. It looks good.
And it looks one hell of a really bone saw, because if you ask me, you had to go through two ribs and then two other ribs to get out. So,
or West is just incredibly strong, and we don't realize it.
Or that's a fast bone saw, like. But so that guy drops dead, and the bone saw sticking out the front, which I thought was fun. And else is dead.
Yeah, Dean Halsey, and so West is like fresh. This is the freshest it gets.
This is probably where I felt bad because I felt bad for Dan, because he lost his tuition. And now he's going to prison because he just killed the dean.
Well, Eric, right now you're like, this is a mess. This is like, what's going to happen here? Because it is.
What are you going to do?
This place is destroyed. The morgue is destroyed. The dean is dead.
Yeah. What's the best thing to do in this situation, Art? What do you think?
Well,
the best
West
thing to do
is obsessed, Eric. He's obsessed, and he can't let go. Remember at the beginning that woman said, a doctor, you got to learn when to let go. You don't just keep going. And West is going to keep going.
Yeah.
He says, this is fresh meat, freshest corpse we've got yet.
Yep.
We got to reanimate him. And the way he gets Dan on board is he's like, look,
I can bring him back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Dan's like, all right. They get him to the gurney.
And Megan's heading down now. Meg's heading over there. So we're like, ooh, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But
so I want to set up the position here because they do a really good job setting this up. Dan is sort of on the floor on one side of the gurney, and West is standing up on the other side of the gurney, and he's injected the guy. And so he's counting down the time. And suddenly an eye opens.
The guy bangs on the table. He goes, and
the eyes open. And at the same time, we hear Megan at the door. Daddy. This was unnecessary, I thought. Wes, when he hears Megan, did he say, call it a B word?
Oh, he did.
He did, which I thought was unnecessary.
Yeah,
but
he just because you could tell he's a sociopath. He's just like,
yes, he's a complete sociopath.
Anyone who gets in his way,
so he turns over his shoulder to look at where the sound of Megan is coming from, and Dean Halsey on the table seems to hear Megan because he starts making sounds, and that makes Herbert West turn around. Now, the reason I'm outlining all this is on the other side of the table, the dean's arm grabs Dan, who's on the ground, leaned up by the neck. And Herbert West turns around, and I love this, is like he says, Dan, the recorder, he's trying to say something. As he turns around, Dean Halsey's other hand grabs Herbert West by the throat, and the shot turns into Dean Halsey picking the two of them up by the neck on each side of the gurney. I know I outlined a lot. It was such a great setup because it was funny the way that he said that line, and then it's like, it cuts him off with the hand. It's great.
I also have respect for the actor playing Dean Halsey because he was doing it so just matter of fact and straight. And now he's doing even same job, great job of him just being this crazed, wide open. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I thought this is like a seasoned Shakespearean actor. They're like, now you can play a complete and utter idiot.
Yeah.
So he grabs them both by the neck, but Meg and the security guard come in, and the dean's just like, and goes off in the corner. So he's not doing what the other guy did.
Do you think it's because Megan came in and he's ashamed or something? I don't know why he went into the corner, but
right, well, he is the freshest corpse, so
that's true. Yeah, he has more humanity in him maybe than the other ones did.
Yep, but that son of a bitch West makes up a lie. He's like
pretty good on the spot. Yeah. He is good, I have to say.
Thought of a lie, and he thought of it quick.
He did.
Do it as the Grinch. Why, my sweet little tot, your daddy went crazy. He tore up the lot. He grabbed the corpse and he stuck a thing in, and then he went on the table and he had a great grin. So we're taking him down to my workshop, dear. We'll fix him up there, and I'll bring him back.
Pretty good on the fly there, Erik, I have to say.
The smile one coming. But so he makes up the lie, says the dean went crazy, and he tacked he just stuck the thing in the corpse.
Yeah.
And
Megan's like, Megan can't handle it. She's like, but he was mad, but and so it kind of plays into him being mad.
Yeah.
But the security guard's like, I'm calling the police.
Yeah, this is not my jam right now. I just watched the door.
Wes really just and then Dan is listening, and he goes into literal shock. Dan goes into shock.
There.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's most important? It's so long as you have that recording.
Well, I think it's like he's got the recorder. Nobody will know what we were doing because the recorder recorded everything. Right. So I think Dan is like, he sort of puts in front of Dan as Dan's like shaking in shock. He's like, don't worry, Dan.
Don't worry.
I've got it right here. And he puts it in his pocket.
Yeah. So the dean is in a padded cell now. So he's got the complete straitjacket and he's milking it, man.
Okay. All right. Now I just want to talk about this. He's in a padded cell. And as we pull back, the padded cell with the the one-way mirror, right? That he's in, so we can see in. As we pull back, we realize this padded cell is in Dr. Hill's office.
Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Hill's got something going on. You know, you have a padded cell.
Can you imagine, Erik, if you went to your doctor's and you were like, he's like, oh, hi, Erik, come on in, sit down. And all of a sudden you hear thump, thump, and you look over and there's a padded cell with a guy in a straight.
Yep. Doctor.
But he's not looking at it all. He's just, so Erik, I wanted to go over your test results.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling, Erik? I'm fine. I feel great. Yeah, it is weird.
It was a weird setup. But
he's bonkers now. He's just bonkers. And Meg is there and he says, I'm going to try to help your dad. And I just need you to sign a release so I can do more research.
Do some exploratory surgery.
Yeah.
To help her dad. And he takes her over the desk. And when I first watched this movie, Erik, you're like, he has a large sculpture, like, you know how doctors will have something like a human heart on their things to explain to you what they're doing, like an ear. And he has a human head that like pieces can clearly come off of it so you can show the inside of it. But it's kind of large. And he kind of rests his arm on the top of it. And he's talking to her.
Yeah, and it's like if the human head was a cartoon. Such a bizarre.
Yeah.
Like one eye's huge like that. Like, what are you trying to terrify your patients? This is.
Yeah. And so he starts, he starts to like explain what he's going to do. She's like, that's all right. You don't have to, like, he's pointing at the head, but she does sign off. She signs the contract, the contract. She signs the thing to let him do exploratory surgery. And she goes back over to look to the dad's thing, but the dad is down on the floor, so we can't see him in the glass. And then Hill comes over and just starts to creepily talk to her. He's like
feeling lonely. I mean, he starts really chewing the scenery here now. He's just
yes.
We're like, we don't know that he might be a villain. Oh, he's doing his villain voice now. If you ever need me. But she's like, no, I'm going to take care. I'm going to make sure Daddy's taken care of.
And this is funny. I laughed. Our actor is great who plays Dean Halsey because he pops up and smacks his head right, interrupting the conversation.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling, okay, in this moment, Erik, he's creepy, like you said, and kind of hypnotizing her. Does it look like he's kind of like mind controlling her in this moment?
Dr. Hill?
Yeah.
He does say things in a manner that sounds like he's telling her what he wants, but I wouldn't.
And she looks a little transfixed, but that gets interrupted by the dad going like, donk, donk.
Which now you think is the dad. The dad's got to have some sense of knowing that it's his daughter because he's been doing a couple things like that.
But she leaves. So she leaves, and he seems really upset. Dr. Hill, that this was interrupted. He was like, I had my chance.
So
and he goes into the room and he brings two orderlies and we keep saying good for this actor, Dean Halsey here. He's and he's fighting off the two orderlies and then they finally get him subdued. They get him sedated. So we think he's going to get the exploratory surgery.
Probably. Then we have a conversation with our couple. You know, she's giving him a double slap.
I'm glad you pointed that out. He's really mad. But Dan is kind of confessing what happened.
Oh yeah. He tells her, he's like, he's not insane. He's dead. You know he is. And she's like, no.
Why would she know he is? Like
the cat. I think that's the cat thing.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah. I had to say, this is where I'll point out too that I think they did a great job doing this. I'm not going to say, they said their original assembly of this movie for the first cut of the movie was like, this movie was like 2.5 hours long, 2 hours and 20 minutes long. And they cut it down to what we have now, which is an hour and 22 minutes or something, an hour and 25 minutes. And, great job, I think, because this movie moves pretty. I don't think it has a lot of. I don't think it has a lot of wasted time in this movie.
I don't think
it never
we
feels
to see
like
more
that.
Conversation with them.
Yeah,
you know,
but
yeah.
So then we cut to West is working in the basement. And all of a sudden, Hill is there. So this is at Dan's apartment in the basement, and Hill's come over.
Damn you, Art Hennessy.
Why?
Because
Why
I
damn
was
me?
like, wait a second. And I paused the movie.
Yes.
Until I saw your Dinotopia, whatever you call it, your diagnostic shot.
Do you mean, Eric, I think we might have a split diopter shot.
That's
here.
what I said. I said split diopter. Yes, I paused it. Why don't you tell our fans when I make
so
see what they do here.
You're not going to get my song.
Oh, come on.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Sorry.
But Herbert West is working at his microscope. Yeah.
Tell me your song. Okay, so what's a diopter?
Herbert West is working his microscope. Dr. Hill comes in. Oh,
And
how are you?
We get a shot where both the foreground and the background are in focus.
Because what happens is so Hill points to the microscope that West is working on, and he says, I recognize this from Miskatonic University.
Mm-hmm.
As if that's a big threat.
Ooh,
and West stealing things. And West says, what do you want, Dr. Hill? I want your discovery.
Yes, but did you
I
explain
want all
what
of
the
your stuff.
Miskatonic
It's coming up. That's what
I thought was already happened.
No, it happens next. Next.
So Art, this is why, for me, as a regular movie viewer, I don't care because I missed it completely. And if they're trying to make a point, I didn't see it. I thought it was earlier. I thought when he was in the background.
No. It's for what happens next. Yes.
But
so
he's acting like a supervillain now. Dr. Hill is completely turned to like just telling him he knows everything. He wants his discovery. All that.
And this is where Eric. So this is where it seems for a second like Hill is mind controlling West for a second.
Okay,
here
well, there is a
doesn't
scene. I know we jump back and forth because of that shot.
Yeah,
nobody but you cares about. But he says, you will do what I tell you to do, and then Herbert West kind of stops and looks at him like,
and hands him his notebooks.
Yes, and then for the next, I don't know, minute, he's like that.
Right. And so Herbert West says, let me show you. And he takes the reagent and he puts it on the slide in the microscope. He says, dead cat tissue. I add my reagent. And this is where we do the split diopter, Eric.
Okay.
So Dr. Hill is looking through the microscope. So he's in the foreground. Mm-hmm. But Herbert West sneaks into the background. We're seeing him sneak back far, far, far and grab a shovel, and he's behind Dr. Hill, and he raises the shovel up and smacks Dr. Hill on the back of that. Just so everybody knows, a split diopter is they put a mechanism on the lens so you can have the background. If somebody's in the far background, it's like a little filter. It's cut in half. So Dr. Hill can be in the foreground completely in focus. And behind him, we can watch Dr. West picking up the shovel way back and keep him in focus as he's coming forward. Because otherwise, Eric, you'd have to rack the focus between the two, and it wouldn't give the same effect of us being able to watch both of them at the same time. That's why.
Yeah, and I feel like this is my fault, everybody. I feel like I did this to myself. Here's what
do you mean just agreeing to do the podcast with me?
No. Yes.
I've done this to myself. Anyways.
Well, two things. Hill, when he says the cat genes or whatever he says, Hill goes, yes. Like he's all excited. And then all of a sudden he was talking like this, and now all of a sudden, just before he gets hit in the head, he goes, yes, Mr. West. I will be famous. I'm like, where is this voice coming from? He just changes into like a vampire villain.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And Wes smacks him on the head with a shovel. Hill falls to the ground. And Wes takes the shovel like you're going to dig into the earth. and puts it on Hill's neck and takes his foot and just shoves the shovel down and decapitates Hill.
Yes.
And the head just kind of rolls forward.
Great practical effect. But I love it. He's got the shovel, he's like, and then he just goes, plagiarist.
Well, he can't let that go. He cannot let that go.
He's
he can't let it go.
Plagiarist. He deserves to die. Another cute bit. So he's got that gory head.
Yes. Are you ready? Are you ready, Art? For my thing that now everybody will have to be like, oh, movie's ruined.
Okay.
Is the guy playing Dr. Hill knew that they were going to do his severed head, and everybody decided that they wouldn't be able to match his hair. It would look too dumb. So what they did was they shaved his head, the actor. They gave him a wig, and now it looks exactly like when they're grabbing the head, the severed head. You're like, oh my God, wow, the hair is amazing. That's because the actor is wearing a wig.
So they can just take it. So they can just take it off of Dr. Hill, the actor, and put it on the dummy, or they can match the wig completely.
All I can see is a wig on this guy's head. I can't not see it anymore. I can see where, see how I have white hair here? It's
now
here.
Now I'll probably be able.
Oh my God! Don't. It's too late.
No, Erik.
Too late. All we're gonna get from this podcast is Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it, and some guy's wearing a wig. And there's some stupid shot that does focus in the back and the front. That's all we're getting. Oh, and boobs.
That's it. That's coming up. Well, we already had them.
Yeah,
but
boobs. We've already had boobs.
We've had a bunch of boobs coming to think of it. Yeah. So,
so he puts the head in this tray. It's like what do you describe that tray? It's not a.
It looks almost like a lasagna tray.
Yeah, oversized lasagna tray. Let's call it that. And the head doesn't stay.
Yeah.
If only they had this
flopping
Alien was what I was thinking. If only
keeps flopping
Ripley,
over. Yeah.
If Ripley had thought of this too, it would have worked. But those they're like
younger people are not going to know what we're talking about.
It's like a giant. It's the world's deadliest desktop thing that you can have. When you have notes and you don't know where to put them, you stab them onto what looks like a giant tack upside down.
It's a spike. It's like
it's a note spike.
So.
And he takes the notes off of the note spike, puts the note spike in the tray, and then puts his head on it. I was like, oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah. Head stays up. Yeah.
And then he has an idea. He's like, parts. I've never done it with parts before. So he injects the head with the serum.
With his reagent.
It's very fresh. In my opinion, it's fresher than the Dean. And then he injects the body on the ground with it.
Yes.
And he loves pencils, this guy. He loves pencils. So he's got another pencil. And he's like 15 seconds and he's tapping the head. And
fun. I like this.
I love it. It's a great effect because it's the actual guy's head. He comes to life. Oh.
Yeah, the tap of the.
And he's got the teeth. He's got like a row of just his teeth, like his Christopher Lee teeth. If you thought it was over the top before, now it's chewing. He's joined the ranks of the other two actors.
Yeah, but he's
gone over.
He's gone over. I like it though. I think it makes it memorable. But
it can talk.
He goes, "You bastard."
Yeah, because West goes, "What are you thinking? How do you feel?" And that's his response. But
what we notice is the body's moving too. West doesn't notice this because he's so entranced. Yeah.
Calls himself a scientist.
Yeah. So the body is standing up behind West.
Which is, what can you do with practical effects in the 80s? It still works, but it's that, headless horseman, the shoulders are way too high.
Yeah, that it does not look like Hill's body when he was, because he's kind of a slender man, and this looks like Herman Munster.
Yeah, yes, Herman Munster shoulders. Yeah,
yeah, it's like a Herman Munster.
Yeah, and it sneaks up behind him and slams Herbert's head against the table, and then that's it. We don't see anything else.
Right, but meanwhile, Megan and Dan have broken into Hill's office. Remember we saw Hill's office earlier
with her dad, with Daddy still there.
Yeah. Dad's in the rubber room.
Distracting if you're hunting for clues.
Dan is looking for what are they looking for here? Do they say when they're going in? I can't remember.
They're looking for information on Dr. Hill to see if what's wrong with the dad, I guess.
So Dan finds a very interesting drawer of stuff. He pulls out a file folder, and when he opens it up, it's all like clippings, article clippings and stuff about Megan. Yeah. Even like pictures of her when she was a kid, like with ponytails, I think. Like it's like a little uncomfortable.
I forget what else is in there, but there's some...
A lock of her hair is in there, isn't it? So it's super, like, we thought he was creepy. It's creepier than we even thought. He is obsessed with Megan. So as if we didn't need this movie to be creepier as it is.
Oh. But she goes in to check on Daddy, and Daddy's got a hole in his head.
Yes. Just exactly the same place that we saw Dr. Hill drilling that laser into that guy earlier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now we know that Hill's not really interested in helping the dad. But then we get West that wakes up and hit the downstairs, the cellar's wrecked.
Serum's gone. Yeah. Except the reagent, he has some upstairs. He says, I have some upstairs.
Now, how does he know they have some upstairs?
Well, they need to, I know, but they need to let us know that, I think, as the audience, that there's still some reagent.
But Dad comes back and he's like, so West goes, I killed him. He's like, he's dead? Not anymore.
Yes.
And you can see Dan's like, oh no, what are you?
And then Dan goes, I think that Dr. Hill has some sort of psychotic obsession with Megan. I'm like, you think? Maybe.
Dan Cain is having a rough week. I mean, everybody
he really is
getting a beating, but this guy's got to watch everybody get a beating.
But did you notice when Dan says that about Dr. Hill, West laughs maniacally like he did with his joke earlier.
Yeah, because he's a sociopath.
Then we're going to go cut to some fun with my new favorite comedy team in The Office.
If the music was different, I think it would be better. But yeah, the door opens, and remember that Dr. Hill got decapitated.
Yes.
And he's walking into his office. It's his office, right?
Yeah.
His office, which the people just left.
Yes. So they must have just missed each other.
Yeah. But your comic duo is Hill and his head. It's Hill and his head, everyone. Yes. Right?
So the body is bringing in Dr. Hill's head.
Yes.
And it puts it in a pan.
I did not quite.
A tray on the table.
Yeah, I think we're missing how to care for your human severed head.
I never would have guessed that this is something you need.
Yeah, but apparently you need, first you need to inject it with some more serum.
Yes.
And then you can tell that works because the head's going,
and then the body is going over. Now remember, it has no head, and it's going over.
Right.
And what I'm thinking in this moment is that Hill is, because this is all new to him, he's got to learn how to guide the body. Like he's learning how to make your body react, and he's annoyed. It's like when you're trying to learn something, like a new video game. You know, like in the new video game where you got to use the what do you always say, like the AWSD?
Oh,
like
QWERTY.
Yeah, you got to use the QWERTY keys, and you can't quite get Lara Croft to go the way you want her to go.
Yeah, he's just losing his patience. Like that. It's bumping into shit.
Got no head. It goes to another fridge. It goes to a fridge where I guess he just has blood in the fridge.
Yeah, like very similar
to the thing.
The thing. I don't know what
they
problem
had blood
is.
hanging around. Well, that was an outpost in the Arctic where I'm assuming they'll need a medical emergency.
The similarities, and they like this one better.
Yeah.
I love with the blood packets. And John Carpenter's going, son of a bitch, I did that.
Well, the body brings back the blood packets and then cracks them open and fills the tray with blood.
Yeah, so Karen feeding of your new severed head, apparently it feels good to get.
It feels. Eric
loves it.
That's like, if you're a severed head, that must be like, oh.
It's like getting a massage in Mexico or something. You're like, oh. It would be awesome if he was just like, oh, yes, that's the spot.
It's almost like that, Erik. Yes. I mean, let's be. He's really enjoying it. Really enjoying it.
But he doesn't say a lot. He
even says, yes.
And it is funny. It's a little funny in the grossest way possible. Then it just finished giving them this blood-soaked in hot tub, whatever it was for the guy. Then he picks the head up. Like almost immediately. And then they go over to the
window where you can see into the padded room.
Yeah, and you see
when he's carrying the head, you can see the veins and the stuff hanging out of the head.
It's a good prop.
Probably dripping all over the carpet. Going over it.
But here's what they do is when they have it, they make the body holding the head. When it's holding the head, you know that it's holding it at waist high so that this actor can be sitting in a chair or something. So his head is there, but he's summoning. He's like, no, it's time for you. I couldn't stand this voice. It's
to Dean Halsey,
for you to come out. No. Like, Jesus, can you go a little faster, buddy? Come on. We know you're dead. You don't have to give us this.
Dragging it out. Yeah.
Oh. But this is where you're talking about you said, does he have powers to hypnotize people?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like is happening here.
Yes.
Right?
He's definitely in charge of the mind of Dean Halsey.
Yeah. And I thought it was a cool transition because you see Dean Halsey looking in the mirror.
Because, it's a one-way window. Yeah.
And then he comes closer. Hill comes closer and his head appears in the same position as the Dean's
Halsey's head.
Yes. I thought that was cool.
It is a cool little transition there, but that they don't have to do, in a movie like this.
They didn't have to do that one, but it was understandable. I saw it. Unlike the other one, I didn't see.
No. I'm just saying it's. I like it. You've said that before too. Watching some of these movies where you're like, they don't have to do that, but they added that little bit. And
if you wanted that comedy team back, now you've got it full force.
We're back. It's another episode,
right?
Yeah.
You need something like that.
So we're down to the morgue hallway where we've been a million times. Our security guard's down there. And then somebody is sliding along the wall behind the security guard. Somebody tall with scrubs, with the mask, with a face mask. And camera goes in to give us a closer look. It's the head statue from Dr. Hill's desk that we saw earlier.
It is white. It is not Caucasian white. It is white, like clown white, with one huge eyeball. It's got a duffel bag with it.
It's got a little duffel bag, doctor's bag type of thing that it's bringing in. And it's sliding on the wall because it doesn't want to be noticed, clearly. And the security guard is reading Boudoir magazine. So he's not gonna he's not gonna notice.
No.
And
he goes, is that you? Hill, is that you? And then all of a sudden Hill can talk fast for some reason.
But
of course it's me. I'm like, whoa.
But Erik, it sounds like he's muffled. It's very muffled.
Of course it's me. Of course it's me.
And we should say an ear falls off the little statue there and onto the ground. So it's clearly Hill and his Hill. What did you call it? Hill and Hill is the
that's awesome. Hill and Hill.
But they go into the morgue, and then the security guard, like he's done several times in this movie, he's like, time for my break. It's always taking a break.
But he takes a break bringing the magazine.
Oh, time for my break.
Magazine. And he says
it was lunch earlier,
that might make you think he's taking a break with some blood bags. You know what I mean?
And I don't know where you are with this movie right now, but we cut to inside, and the thing, Hill's body puts the duffel bag on the table and unzips it, and Hill's head is in it. It goes like he's been stuffed in there, and he's just getting a big gasp of air, like, oh my God. I laugh. I think it's funny. I know you might not.
They very much took a turn.
Yes.
So let's make this a little funny because
a little funnier.
Things, he doesn't have any lungs.
No,
so he can
that's
breathe
what's
all
weird.
He wants. It's the blood. He needs the blood.
And how is he talking anyways? Like, I don't know exactly.
Okay, let's go further. Why the frig didn't he just tape his own head on his own body? He took the time to get dressed as in the scrubs, get that thing from his desk, put it on, make sure it fit, cover it up with stuff, and instead of grabbing some duct tape, wrapping his own head up.
Or if you remember, we watched a movie called Idle Hands,
right?
Where this, and they stuck a barbecue fork into the body and then stuck the head.
Yeah, and he already knew how to do it because he just had it done to him. He had that little giant steak skewer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not that smart, if you ask me.
And he says,
yeah. I swear to God, he watched every Christopher Lee movie possible.
And so we cut to the Halsey house, so Dean Halsey and Megan's house, and Dan has come over. and this conversation, Erik, on my second watch, the first one I was like, what's going on here? But my second watch, I'm watching it and I'm like, do they not know the lines? The actors? Did they just get these lines like right before the scene started?
It's a dramatic breakup scene.
But it sounds like they don't know the lines to me.
This is what it sounds like to me, Art.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. But then we get that, I tried to hate you.
Yeah.
I can't. So they don't break up after all that.
Well, at first, Erik, she says to him, I think you should go away, transfer to another school.
Wow,
like,
you actually going to go over that dialogue?
No, but all I have to say is I was like, things like,
you should go
after
away.
Everything has happened, you should transfer to another school.
Yeah. But he's like, no, you go away. No, you go
Anyways.
away. But
all this to suddenly Dean Halsey burst through the door. It is a jump scare because this banal dialogue that Erik and I are joking about, he crashes through their mid-sentence. He crashes through the door and grabs her.
Yeah, and he freaking, for all intents and purposes, right now, you think he just took out Dan because he throws Dan against the wall and Dan's head smashes against the wall and there's a big blood spot on the wall. So I'm like, oh, Dan's dead. That's right.
And Erik, have they mentioned in the movie yet, does the reagent being brought back to life give you even more strength? Is that
it? Never says that, but everybody seems to.
But I'm taking that to be the case because he's throwing Dan around like that guy Arnold threw Halsey around.
But Arnold was jacked. But then Dean Halsey was not, and he held up the two guys. So he's got a newfound strength, and he kidnapped his daughter. Yeah.
So we cut to the morgue, and they're doing, the body is doing the laser lobotomy on somebody.
On a corpse,
on one of those,
one of the meatballs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the door opens, and it's the dean, and he's got his daughter like Frankenstein's monster carrying, brings her in, and our head is sitting in its pan, with the blood, and it's just milking the. Ugh.
It drops her down next to the head on the table, this operating table.
Next to the head. She's unconscious.
Right next to the head. And this, Erik, I have to say, this is a frame out of what you would think like EC Comics or Weird Tales or something like that. This is like you'd see on the cover of one of those horror comics, right? That would make you go like, I'm going to get that issue. What is going on there? It's like the woman on the table with a head next to her in a pan. Yes, and his expression. That's what I thought. It was out of one of those comic books, that image.
Yeah.
But then her dad, Dean Halsey,
Daddy,
rips her clothes off. Rips them, tears them right off his body.
Yeah.
Off her body.
And just because I had to be like, wait, how? She's wearing a night robe type of thing. It's like a long night shirt. So when he rips it off, it's not fun to watch because he looks like he's accosting her, and she's completely naked. She wore nothing under that. I think she thought her and Dan were going to do another, do some more homework.
Yeah.
Scene study. But it is, it gets worse from there.
Well, this is, because I don't want to like linger on this at all, Eric, but it's
because the head is creeping, like just mad creeping vibe.
And her dad, once again, her dad, Dean Halsey, ties her hands and legs down.
Well,
they tie her to the table, right?
No, I think Dean Halsey
okay. I'm sorry.
Standing there, luckily.
Oh, okay.
Like he's just like, but the body. The body is the one that ties her up. I think. I'm hoping.
And then the body comes over and picks up the head.
Yeah. And it's great because it really looks good because you're just off camera. So, whatever's holding.
So you got the hands around the head.
Yeah. And it's gross, dripping gore head. And it's like, yes, oh, my dear. And he's just creeping on her. He starts licking her ear. And she is doing a great job of being uncomfortable.
Oh, Eric, and I will say this is it's about as with a horror movie, right? I know there were worse for like gore, I guess, but just the concept of this and everything uncomfortable, this is pushing the boundaries. I have to say, this is like really out there. And behind the scenes, I should point out, this is one of my favorite sort of behind the scenes. I was reading an interview with the director. He said, they're making this movie. They did this on purpose. This is one of those movies where they're like, we want to put, how far can we push this? Because he did this. This is where I'll stop and just say, the director here, Stuart Gordon, he comes out of theater, like genuinely out of theater. He won a lot of awards. For instance, he first got noticed for a Peter Pan production he put on that when you first come to the island, it was like an all-out orgy happening. He had women, men, and they were projecting scenes of flying over a thing onto the naked bodies writhing. So that's where he comes out of. And then, but here's the one, Eric, that he did that got him a lot of notice too. They did a play about a pirate, a female pirate, and in the opening, when she cuts a guy's throat, it was very realistic on stage. And then they strung the guy up upside down with the blood dripping while she did her opening monologue about who she is. And the guy's like hanging. Okay. I read the reviews. So he comes out of that whole thing and he said, we were really trying to push the boundaries. He said, we were going for an R rating. We wanted the R rating. And they submitted it to the Motion Picture Association of America. And what I love is they came back and go, are you out of your mind? This is an X movie. This is not like, no, this is not. Which I learned this was released unrated. It's not an R-rated movie. This is unrated. They didn't have a rating, so they went with no rating.
Yeah. Well, maybe if the thing was unrated, it would have got better reviews, I guess. I can't. The Peter Pan thing is now freaking me out, but I'm going to try to forget about that. Try to forget about that, beloved.
But
so she wakes up to this, the body. He doesn't lick her yet because the body is mashing on her boobs with its hands. It's just like, and the head's going, yeah, that's the stuff. And then she freaks out and she breaks up one arm free and she hits the body and the head falls off. The fake head, so she screams even more.
Yes. Yeah, good reminder that the whole time this has been going on, it has that fake statue head.
This is her first view of all this stuff. So
she's waking up into this.
Yeah, naked, severed old man's head, body with no head, first freakish head, now no head. Now, it was mashing on her boobs, and then it picks up the head. And this is where he's in full villain. He's like Jafar. He sounds like Jafar now.
Oh, I have always admired your beauty, my dear. You will be mine.
Yeah.
What do you think he'll go?
I think you should let her go. This is kind of creepy.
I mean, it's just...
Come on, you're going a little too far here with the hand massage.
This is icky stuff here, and
but
you're
he does
just
lick her face, and she's just... We're all uncomfortable, and then...
You can imagine, Eric, an audience. I didn't see it, obviously, when it first came out in the theaters, but you can imagine an audience going, "Oh!"
And
like
it gets worse because then the head, being a severed head being held by two hands, goes towards her boobs, and he starts nibbling on those, and there's blood on his face, and she is,
and the blood's also dripping out of the neck and stuff. It's
we're not done though. We're not done, Art.
Are we? Aren't we?
Because he's professing his love for her, and then the body brings the head down to her love section, and we're like, no.
Oh, on this rewatch, because I couldn't remember exactly. I was like, no, what you're saying. I was like, no.
He is moments away from just making everybody walk out of the theater, and thankfully Herbert West saves the day, comes in time.
Herbert West bursts in
with that same attitude, like just it's a regular day.
But he's got a great line. He goes to Dr. Hill, who's ahead. He goes, I knew there was something wrong with you. Here you are. You're not a man of science. You're having a tryst with a bubble-headed co-ed.
A bubble-headed co-ed. Yeah. He's like, oh, the head's talking to him now. I forget what the head says, but
I'm gonna take your discovery and I'll be famous or something.
And he's like, who's going to believe a talking head?
He's just get a job in a sideshow.
And it is a fun bit with the holding the head, because now he's got it back on his waist, so the severed body. So it just looks good. But Dan is taking his girlfriend Meg off the table and giving her clothes that he brought with him.
And
did he bring another shirt?
Yeah, helpful. That's helpful.
Right? Did he bring another nightshirt? She just happened.
I guess.
Like, I should bring another nightshirt. She always likes to change.
But Dan and Dr. Hill are exchanging their villain barbs here, and
West and Dr.
West. And he says, "You've made a mistake, Hill. You've made a mistake coming here."
Well, you know what?
West
I have a plan.
And the head says, "So do I."
And about as slow as that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the plan is, remember all the bodies that were in the other room?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't happen to notice that they're all wheeled in here now.
Yes. You wouldn't quite pick that up on there.
Like, wait, what? Where they come from? And they're all still in the baggies, and they all jump up at the same time.
It's a great image. It's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Pretty good job with the special effects, because remember all the bodies from the beginning, the burn body and the meatball and the one-legged man and the gunshot wound to the face, all that.
Well, like I said, they toured actual morgues and they got photos of what these corpses look like, and that's what the makeup and special effects people used, was what bodies what we're seeing here, they say, are what a morgue sometimes looks like. These were actual photos from the morgue
in Chicago.
Bodies. Yes.
Not in Arkham, Massachusetts.
No. Yeah.
Or maybe Joker lives here.
So gunshot wounds, burns.
Yeah. And was our
things
lady,
like that.
Remember our lady at the beginning of the movie? The kind of
the one that Dan couldn't save. The one that Dan
I was, because there's a.
You think she's in there?
They're all naked. So we got boobs and bums and burns and. One guy, when he sits up, this is the one I was thinking of, Art. Is this our malpractice? Because one guy has tubes all in him and he's pulling tubes out of his mouth. I'm like, what?
Yes.
What is happening?
What, they wouldn't have done that upstairs?
What is that?
Like, I couldn't tell, but he's pulling tubes out, but it looks like he's also opened. So maybe he was having surgery, because I think he's opened in the middle and there's like intestines coming out of him, right?
That's it.
And so maybe he was in the middle of surgery and he died and he's taken something out of his mouth. I don't know, but there's that guy. Yeah, there's a guy who seems like he was shot in the head.
Yeah, they're all there.
The shotgun
burn guy.
Yeah.
And it's Re-Animator attack, so it's like a brawl now.
Yes,
they're having a brawl, and Daddy's also on the bad guy side right now. He's brawling. Everybody's brawling, and you get West with his. It's kind of like wonder if they were going for that. It's like a cowboy bar scene because he's got his 6 guns, but they're the reagent. He's got 2 of those, and he's like, woo!
And so Hill's body subdues West, and then they put him on the table. They lie him down on the table.
He's got this is a fun bit. He's got the reagent. He's going to stick it in Hill's body, and Hill's got the head. And he turns the head around.
Yes, that's fun. It like swings around, so it's like he can look behind him. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I don't know what they're trying to do here. Western, like a Batman episode, but Hill says, enough!
Yeah.
They all stop.
Yeah.
And that's when he places West on the table.
And he basically, this is where he sort of reveals to what he's doing is this laser allows him to lobotomize people, and then they're very pliable to being mind controlled, because we've talked about it. Seems like he's trying to control people, and he said it appears what he's experimented with Halsey is the reanimated dead seem to be more susceptible to this.
Yeah, so he can control them with his mind, which is kind of hinted at throughout the movie. That he
can do it anyways with normal people.
Control. But now he's really rocking it, and they're going to lobotomize West. So that with that little mini laser.
So there's actually a lot going on here. We have to say, like in this moment.
Yep, the Zurich laser.
Mm-hmm.
The Zurich laser. So he's going to have total mastery of the human will.
Yes.
But Meg starts. She's like, "Daddy, Dad." Because
and that breaks through. It seems, Dad
is like, he doesn't say like, "Honey," but you just see in his eyes his freaking.
And he then Dean Halsey is like, change of heart. He attacks the Hill's body. He grabs Hill's body and throws it into the hallway. Like,
the door's open and the security guard's out there like, what the hell?
The body hits the body hits. Yeah,
the guard doesn't want to come in there because
oh my god,
I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then he grabs the head. He grabs Hill's head
and starts headbutting it. He starts. He starts grabbing the head and like headbutting it against his own
like
head.
It's a wrestling match right now.
And then he takes it and he has to hold it in front of him, Erik, because we got to do the special effects shot. But he starts squeezing it, like squeezing the head. Just and then I think do his fingers kind of go into the eye sockets too, so he's gouging the eyes out. It's a really gross effect, but it's
and all the bodies are now the animated bodies are grabbing their heads. They're like,
and
I mean, it's crazy enough, right? It's not going to get any crazier.
Yeah, well, Dean Halsey throws the head
after he squishes it like a freaking bag of potatoes. Like,
he whips it out into the hallway and it splats against the wall like a watermelon or something. It just like.
That's when our security guard is like, nope, just leaves. He's like, no, I'm done. Bye.
And then, but Hill's body has gotten up its back in the fight here. Mm-hmm. Is it attacking Dan? Is it? I can't remember.
Oh gosh, there's so much going on.
There's so much going on.
But West,
and then
remember his syringes. West had the syringes, so he's like,
yes.
I forget what he says. Something like, I always want to try this or something. He's like, overdose.
And he double fists the 2 shots into the back of Hill's body and just plungers the green stuff right into that body.
Yeah.
And it starts convulsing and going, all over. It falls on the ground.
Then this is where we get into Thing territory once again.
Yes.
For people who hated the Thing and loved Re-Animator, way too many similarities, if you ask me. Because the body produces out of its stomach, I think it's the stomach. I think it's the intestines.
Yes, it's like the middle of it opens up like the Thing.
Yeah.
It sort of peels open and tentacles come out.
Yeah. Giant like intestine tentacles and wrap around like a giant squid wraps around West. He's like, oh
yeah.
And then they need more.
Mist and fog are coming out of
You drop one flask. Or you drop one flask of whatever, and it fills the whole room with an unearthly fog. It's awesome.
So we should say, too, while this is happening, Dean Halsey is attacking the other zombies, but then they start tearing Dean Halsey apart.
Yes.
They are ripping him apart.
Drawn and quartered.
Daddy.
Oh, yeah, he gets, and it's a cool shot because it's backlit, there's fog everywhere, and they just take him apart. For bodies that were, what were they doing before that? They were messed. They weren't. They could have taken out those 3 people easily, but they didn't.
Yeah.
What were they waiting for?
I mean, Dan would not stand a chance. No. They could just rip people apart. Yeah. But so Dan grabs Megan because they want to get out of there. They can't get West. The tentacles pulling West in. But West, ever the scientist, you and I can respect this, Erik, as scientists.
Yes.
My notes. And he tosses Dan his bag that has the notes in it.
Yep.
And
then it's almost like he's in a sci-fi movie now because he's just engulfed in fog. There's a tentacle, there's light, and he almost gets pulled into the fog.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
But not before one of the other corpses deliberately pulls out the electrical system. So I don't know. I think they did all those things to have a great special effects ending.
Yes.
The fog, the electrical system to make it dark. But he's dead because he's engulfed.
That's what I thought. He's being pulled into something.
Just want to point out, as horror movie fans, that we didn't see him.
Nope.
But for all, we must imagine that he's dead.
Yes.
Okay. But they head for the elevator.
They head for the elevator out in the hallway, and Dan gets attacked by one of the corpse that must have been out in the hallway. Yeah.
Shotgun face.
Shotgun face attacks Dan. Mm-hmm. And Megan is just screaming, and Dan. And then how does
Dan get the upper hand because he mashes his hand into the guy's gunshot wound, and it kills him.
Yeah.
Because we have to remember that these things can be killed, right?
Is it brain? You kill him by the brain, but the bone saw was through the middle.
Bone saw, cat.
Yeah, they never really explained that.
Yeah, Dean Halsey was ripped apart.
Yeah.
But
he's dead.
Not his head, though.
Maybe his head, yeah. Because you can reanimate parts, but I think, do you have to put the serum into both parts?
I don't know, man. Science.
Like if you wanted to reanimate.
Check your notebook.
Yeah.
Check your notebook.
Maybe it's going through. I will. So he's like, all right. So he gets that one off of him.
They run to the elevator.
They get up elevator, and the elevator's closing. But then, another corpse grabs Megan.
Burn victim
grabs Megan and starts to choke her.
They love to go for the neck. These guys.
Yes,
everybody's going for the neck, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's trying to strangle her, and she's like, he can't get this corpse off, so he runs and gets the axe.
Your favorite, breaks the glass, and then he's like, but then I noticed the actor must have, in the moment, it wasn't enough glass broke, so he takes his bare hand and breaks off some more glass, like with the...
Well, in the defense of that guy, the axe is supposed to be breakaway glass. And you go,
okay, gotcha.
Emergency break glass.
Yeah.
So maybe we can, I'll accept that one. But he takes the axe and he chops the arm off. And the thing feels pain, apparently. It's like, and falls out of the elevator, and it's just left with the moving severed hand.
This reminded me a little bit of Cabin in the Woods, where there was a hand that came out of an elevator. Yep. But there's a hand, arm twitching on the ground with the hand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, but Megan does not look good.
No,
doesn't look good for Megan.
Unconscious, and the hospital's going crazy. And he brings her into that room, kind of like at the beginning of the movie.
It's the mirror. This is what movies do, Erik, mirroring the beginning and the end.
Oh.
So Megan's on the table now, not that woman. And Dan is pumping the CPR, trying to get the compressions going there, just like we met him at the beginning of the movie. Yep. And just like that, the other doctor is like, she's gone. Yep. She's gone.
And you can see her throat is all like bruised from where she was strangled. And then the music right here, it's just soap opera crying music. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, what? It's the only time I think they do this music. And he's, she's dead. And everybody leaves the room. Yeah. The hospital's going crazy. Remember, we've got, 9 corpses walking around right now, right? Including a legless.
Smoke, the electricity.
Another one with a tentacle coming out of its stomach. But everybody just leaves him alone, walks off like they're all on a coffee break. They probably all got a magazine, is what it is. They're all going on their break, like the security guard. But he's alone with her and he kisses her. And he has something goes off in his head, like doink. Oh.
Wait, she didn't have to be dead.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And I'm like, hurry up, man, because
let's go.
We know you need to do it quick.
Yeah, it's way too late. Way too late, if you ask me. But he does. He has that little bag. Remember Herbert West threw him my notes, and there's the serum in it. And I love how they mention in the movie that the serum is in a plastic bottle, so that's why it never breaks.
Yes, they did call that out earlier. Yeah.
In case we were like, why isn't it breaking? Well, it's plastic. And then he injects it into her, and then he leans towards her. I love you. And then there's a weird. It doesn't fade out. It's a freeze frame first. What is that?
And then it fades out around and all we see at the end is the green glowing stuff going into her.
Oh,
so that syringe.
Yes.
It everything fades to black except that.
Yes.
But I think you're right. I think they did a freeze frame. And then that way they could put in the little special effect that they're doing. But if you notice, Erik, so it fades out on that. But if you notice the actor right before, it's very funny. You wouldn't notice it unless you've been an actor or you've been behind the scenes on movies. It's clear he had to position that a certain way.
It was an awkward.
So that it's an awkward. He's like, I can tell he's like, they're like, we have to have it going in like this so that we can do this.
Yeah, what happened to the brain? Doesn't have to go in the brain.
I know, it was a very awkward position. He had to put his hand in the syringe so that they could see that syringe.
But you get that little glowing bit,
little glowing bit, and it goes in, and then it's a black screen for like a 2 count or a 3 count. It's not, and then we hear the cat. No,
we hear the head going, yes.
No, it's Daddy.
Oh, there you go, Daddy. That's it. It's none of those.
It's Megan screaming.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's it. And then it goes.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. And that's it.
That's Re-Animator.
Anything else, Art? I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm taking the advice of some of my friends, and they want you to tell people to like and subscribe because if we don't tell them right now, they might not listen to the end.
So you're right. So I will just say, Erik, that we just covered Re-Animator, and we want to hear what you think about Re-Animator. Yeah. You can go to midnightcinemapod.com. And also, you can listen to us at any podcast platforms. We're out there, Spotify, Apple Podcast. You like to listen to stuff on YouTube podcasts? We're there too, Erik.
Yeah, and tell us what you want. If you want us to cover something, I can't do it all the time, everybody. Help me out, for God's sake. Thank you, my other listeners.
Seriously, Erik. No, seriously.
Don't make me do all the work.
Help Erik out. Help him out. It'll just it takes no time at all.
Yeah.
It takes no time.
So do what Art said and all that.
Yeah.
And now,
you
like that
Erik,
movie?
That's the end. That's the end of Re-Animator.
How many times have you seen it?
Re-Animator? I watched it, on video when it probably back in the 80s when it first came out. And then I probably saw it again, probably college. I probably watched it. And then I saw it much later at a screening. So I did get to see it in a theater with an audience. And then I think it's probably been about 10 years since I've seen it for myself.
Well, we may be equally matched then, but I've seen it enough, not counting the podcast. So, and I just, I remember just being shocked when I first saw it. Like, what? Yes.
Yeah. And I want to reiterate, Erik said it, 77% of Rotten Tomatoes critics dug this movie.
They dug it.
Like they kind of dug it. Yeah. And so how is that the end of Re-Animator though, Erik? Is that it? Are we done with the Re-Animator universe?
No.
Okay. No?
No, there's Bride of Re-Animator, which if you want more like what, then watch that because
is it? I was going to rely on you. I have not seen the sequels.
Well,
I have not seen them.
If you want an ending that's more than this, then
wow.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because they're trying to.
Good to know.
It's like Bride of Frankenstein. They're trying to put together
a
corpse, and I believe it's the corpse of his girlfriend who died. They're trying to get her.
Oh, so Dan is back
Dan's
too
back.
in this.
West is back. West is back.
Do they explain? You don't have to explain it because don't know spoilers for that one.
He's
but
like, there I was. The tentacled beast had me, but I got my wits about me. Be awesome.
But did they just slough it off, or did they give an explanation as to?
Actually, remember, I almost watched it.
Yeah,
I might watch it tonight, but I don't know if I can handle it.
Yeah,
and then they have
Beyond
Re-Animator, where they want to go beyond the original story, which I think is hilarious. And
that was quite a number of years later, right?
Yep.
Beyond Re-Animator, yeah.
Well, the guy, what's our actor's name? He's made his success.
Herbert West.
No.
Herbert West, you mean?
No, that's the character, but the actor.
Jeffrey Combs, I think is his name. Yeah.
He had success from this. He's like, shoot, now I have to be this guy forever. That's all he got casted for the most.
I'm sure he's at horror cons, right, and everything. I'm sure.
And then Frighteners, he does a great job in the Frighteners.
He is, yeah.
I mean,
which is
talk about Hitler-esque. He's got like pasty hair, and he's also a lunatic.
Yeah.
And then there's I haven't seen any of them, but it's the series you were talking about, television series. So Herbert West
Re-Animator.
So there you go.
So if you like Re-Animator, worth checking out the sequels if you kind of dig it.
Yeah. I don't know about the
second one definitely.
Yeah, second one if you want more of that.
Okay,
it delivers more of that. It's never, sequels are not always usually not better than the first, but it holds up. If you like if you liked it, then you'll like Bride of Re-Animator because it's just more.
Okay.
And you go, it gets a little campy, a little campier. It's like Pitch Perfect was good, and then Pitch Perfect 2, they went way off the rails with camp. So there's no going back.
Okay.
We're not doing Pitch Perfect, though. We're not going to cover that.
So, Erik, I'll just tell you, I liked Re-Animator a lot. Come back to visit it. Like I said at the beginning, the theme song really helped me clarify my thoughts on this. Is like, I think that they found a fun way to do this with these characters. I think they really scored with Herbert West, which it wasn't their idea of what they wanted for Herbert West, Jeffrey Combs, but apparently they liked him, what he was doing. And I agree. I think he just adds this interesting thing to the mix. As far as the way the movie itself plays out, they found an interesting way to make a very streamlined story that has a lot of set pieces that are really memorable, like The Thing. I will say that there are moments in this movie. You and I talked in The Thing about how The Thing has multiple moments that you never forget your first experience of watching them. And while I don't think this is as good a movie as
you're in the minority.
I know, apparently. I will say this movie has a few moments like that, Erik, where I do remember first experiencing some of these batshit moments that they do in this movie. And I agree with you. It's almost like you can feel the turn where they're like, we're going to go a little more campy. We're going to go a little bit campier here.
Yep, the head.
Yeah. It's not for the squeamish, and it's a little uncomfortable, these things. But if you're listening to this podcast, we're assuming you either watch these types of movies or you just like Erik and I telling you about them. So my wife is one. She very much enjoys listening to us.
Never will see this.
Never.
I don't want her to see this.
I don't
want Orsina to see this one.
No,
I don't think you guys should see it. I don't.
But I'm going to go watch it again right now.
But I'm not going to rewatch it now. But I think it's great only because it's a horror movie. it's a shocker that you remember. So if you saw it now, I think it'll still hold up like you never saw it before. Mm-hmm. But, you know, some of the effects, you're like, okay, that's a guy, you know, that's a headless horseman guy, you know, that effect. But some of the makeup is not fantastic, but still really good. But otherwise, I mean, the severed head and the absurdity of the guts attacking and just the surprises, it's good.
Yeah.
It is horror. It is midnight cinema.
Yes.
That's what it is. And we brought it to you, y'all.
We did bring it to y'all.
Yeah.
So, Erik, you know, this is an interesting one because the critics all have their ratings. You know, you said it's like now they got their 3 stars, 4 stars, all that. But we don't. Erik, you have a pencil up in front. Okay. I was just saying, Erik, we should have a rating system for the podcast. We haven't figured one out yet. A rating system.
Make
Erik,
me so angry, Art. We do have a rating.
You need to find a pen, you fool. Mr. Rodenheiser.
Idiot. I'm going to get a pen. I should get a pen. That's the 3rd pencil I've broken. I also accidentally ran over my cat with my rolling chair and it's dead. So I'm going to try this new serum I got.
Oh, well, gosh.
Yeah, but it's
all right.
fine.
Yeah.
It's only been dead like 20 minutes.
Right.
But
okay.
I didn't realize it. I'm sorry, Finley. I accidentally ran over the cat. That's my daughter. Yeah, but I'm going to reanimate Freakley. It'll be fine. Yeah, it's a serum I got. Anyway, yes, we have a rating. Yeah. And
what
obviously it's, I'm going to say it's 7 out of 10 slobberheads.
I can just picture on our site the little 10 heads.
And that's it. I'm sticking
that's
with
perfect. We can use that for like there's a lot of movies we actually could use that for, Erik.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I guess we're done, so I get to inject the cat, I guess.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, Erik,
that's nice.
Be careful there.
So
I just want to say, Erik, you know, everybody join us next time while we discuss another movie. And Erik, I've had a great time.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I got a time.
Okay, you've injected. 11. I've had a great time talking to you this week about Re-Animator, and I look forward to.
Oh, there we go.
Erik, it doesn't look like it normally does, Erik. I would stay away from that. The eyes on it. It's really Erik. What are you? It's on your back, Erik. Stop.